Stop everything. Give these words your undivided attention now. You did not stumble here by accident. I guided you. I scheduled this moment, and I am speaking to you because a door is opening that will not remain open indefinitely. Listen closely, my beloved child. I am connecting you to favor, not a casual link, not random networking, a strategic alignment that shifts your timeline, your credibility, your access points. And because it shifts your future, it agitates those whose comfort depends on your limitation. Hear me. When I connect you to favor, not everyone celebrates. Some will smile publicly and panic privately because increased access for you exposes their stagnation. They will begin to check in, to ask casual questions, to collect information masked as concern. Do not feed them. Do not narrate what I am forming. This is a scheduled connection with a narrow window, a meeting, a call, an introduction, a DM, a referral, something already moving toward you. It must be guarded immediately by holy silence and strict access boundaries. Understand the hour. There are assignments active right now to delay you with noise, to distract you with flattery or offense, to discredit you with premature exposure before this bridge is built strong enough to carry weight. That resistance is not bad luck. It is strategic interference targeted at timing. I am telling you, secure the connection quietly. Keep your circle tight. Do not announce what I am still establishing. Within this brief window, your obedience is privacy. Your wisdom is discretion. Your protection is silence. As an act of agreement, type it now. I will move in silence. Type it again. Tomorrow is too late. Obey me in this and watch how swiftly the path clears. I am with you in this hour. Move carefully and guard what I just placed in motion. Listen closely, my beloved child. That restlessness that keeps tugging at the edges of your sleep is not collapse. It is calling. Those late-night awakenings are not random insomnia. They are your spirit being tuned to a new frequency of access. That tightness you feel across your chest is not a panic spiral. It is the weight of new authority pressing against your borders so they might enlarge without tearing. That urge to withdraw, the sudden seriousness, the way laughter lands different and noise feels offensive. That is not you losing your spark. That is me separating you from the chatter so you can hear the whisper that opens doors. Can you feel it? The air around your name is changing. You sense movement before it appears, the way you can feel a train long before it arrives at the platform. You are picking up the rumble of favor in transit, calendars reordering, meetings aligning, relationships being rearranged by my hand. Your eyes cannot yet confirm it, but your spirit already knows. I am retuning you to the pitch of destiny, so you stop dancing to rooms that cannot carry your sound. I am training your instincts to recognize the vibration of right timing, so you do not fumble what is being released. Understand the strategy. These signals are not punishment, they are preparation. I am teaching you restraint, the sacred art of unposted progress. I am teaching you timing, the discipline to move when I nod, not when curiosity knocks. I am teaching you discernment, to feel the difference between safe inquiry and subtle extraction. You are being trained not to leak what I am building. Your silence right now is not secrecy from fear, it is security from theft. And hear this pattern. The closer the connection, the louder the pressure. The surge you feel is proximity. Pressure is proof you are near the handoff. Do not mislabel the contractions as crisis. They are the final push of fulfillment. Hold your tongue. Hold your posture. Hold your line. Type it now as your agreement. I recognize the signals. Type it again. I recognize the signals. As you name them, shame loses its grip, confusion breaks, and your spirit stands upright in upgrade. You are not breaking down. You are being elevated, refined, and readied for access. Listen closely, my beloved child. Have you noticed how the room changes when you mention certain names? The temperature drops. The laughter turns awkward. The energy shifts. That is not your imagination. That is exposure. Favor in you acts like a light in them. It reveals what was hiding. Your new access confronts their stagnation. Your acceleration becomes a mirror to their delay. Some rejoice. Some retreat. Some begin to collect information, not to cover you, but to control the narrative around you. Watch for the signals. Sudden silence after your good news, as if celebration got strangled on the way out. Forced jokes that trivialize what I am building. Excessive questions, who, when, where, how, asked with a hungry edge, not wholly interest, a dismissive tone. It's not that big of a deal, or let's see if it lasts. Backhanded compliments. Must be nice. You're lucky? Don't get your hopes up. Rapid topic changes to pull you away from the very door I am opening. These are not harmless quirks. They are tells. I let them manifest so you can adjust access without bitterness. Understand the difference between curiosity and surveillance. Supportive people ask to celebrate and to cover you. They offer prayer, protection, and patience, and then they go quiet in honor until the fruit appears. Jealous people ask to gather intel. They take notes, repeat details out of context, introduce doubt, and seed delays. One builds a canopy, the other builds a case. Discern the motive by the aftermath. Are you lighter and shielded, or drained and second-guessing? Therefore, I am placing you on an information diet. Not everyone earns details. Some only qualify for outcomes after they happen. A few may receive updates. Most will receive silence. This is not pettiness. This is preservation. I am giving you language. We're keeping this between us for now. I'll share when it's secured. Thank you for understanding. Set the boundary and do not apologize. Type it now as agreement. I choose an information diet. Type it again. I guard my access. Because once you recognize these signals, you must understand what stands behind them. This is not bad luck. It is strategic warfare aimed at your appointment. In the next moments, I will expose how the enemy tries to turn leaks into delays, and how you will shut every door he thought he could enter. Now, understand this, my beloved child. What you are encountering is not random turbulence. It is organized opposition. The enemy is not emotional. He is strategic. He studies your calendar, notes your patterns, watches your language, and prepares interference designed to make you miss timing, show up late, or arrive so rattled you question your own readiness. He does not need to break you if he can blur you. He does not need to close the door if he can make you stumble at the threshold. Consider how it clusters around connection points. A last-minute argument that erupts out of nowhere. Phone glitches right as the confirmation call comes through. Transportation snarls, flat tires, rides cancel, trains stall. An unexpected bill pings your account the day before the meeting. Fatigue spikes that make your body feel heavy at the exact hour you need alertness. Family drama flares, old accusations revive. A sudden emergency at work demands you to drop everything. These are not coincidences. These are coordinated tactics. Assignments targeted at your appointment. Why? The goal is simple. Get you talking. If he can provoke you to over-explain, overshare, or seek validation, he can drag your favor into the court of public opinion before it has legal standing. He wants your unsealed access to be debated, your open door to be contested, your name to be pulled into case files that question whether you deserve what heaven already authorized. He pushes you to narrate progress so he can file objections, request delays, and force you to defend what should simply be received. So hear my counsel. Refuse the bait. Do not litigate your blessing in casual conversations. Do not hand over evidence against yourself. Tighten your language, shorten your answers, secure the corridor. Type this now as a boundary decree and let it stand as written on your doorposts. No more access to my doors. Type it again with resolve. No more access to my doors. As you agree, I revoke unauthorized surveillance. I cancel standing objections, and I advance your authorization to proceed quietly, on time, with credibility intact. Listen closely, my beloved child. Never announce the bridge before you cross it. Do not parade blueprints to the crowd and then wonder why you were met by inspectors you never hired. Announce fruit, not seed. Seed is tender, vulnerable, easily stolen or spoiled by polluted hands and polluted words. Fruit speaks for itself. While the bridge is being fastened, do not point at the beams. Do not publish the coordinates. Do not offer a tour. Keep the site closed. Silence is not fear. Silence is stewardship. This is you guarding what is sacred until it is secured. Here is why. Premature disclosure invites opinions to sit in judgment over what they did not birth. It invites spiritual contamination, envy, doubt, word curses, spoken into soft soil. It invites manipulation, people positioning themselves to skim favor they did not sow. It invites triangulation, voices running to your connection behind you, reframing you to gain access. It invites counterfeit counsel, advice dressed as wisdom but engineered to slow your steps or reroute your path. When you talk too soon, you trade authority for approval and you license delays. I did not ask you to crowdsource what I crafted in secret. So practice this holy protocol. Job leads. Until the offer is signed and the start date set, speak in generalities and keep your documents sealed. Mentors. Until the rhythm is consistent and trust is tested, do not circulate their name. Honor protects honor. Investors. Until funds clear and terms are confirmed in writing, keep numbers off your tongue and screenshots out of threads. Ministry invitations. Until the date, scope, and honor agreement are finalized, let it sit under cover. Romantic alignment. Until there is covenant clarity and counsel you trust, keep it off the stage of group chatter and public posts. Announce outcomes, not options. Celebrate deliverables, not drafts. This is how you move. Tight lips, clear spirit, clean trail. We'll share when it's secured is enough. I'm keeping this close for now is wisdom. Type it now as your decree. I announce fruit, not seed. Type it again. I choose holy silence. As you agree, I place angels as sentries over your corridors, and I shut every conversational vent the enemy used to siphon momentum. And hear me, after silence comes structure. I will teach you the order of access. Who earns details, who receives delayed updates, and who receives nothing at all. Guard your bridge now, and I will show you how to gate it next. Listen closely, my beloved child. After silence comes structure. I am drawing 3 circles around your life, and I will hold you to them because order is protection and clarity is armor. Circle 1 is covering. These are proven intercessors and seasoned counsel, people who pray when others pry, who carry your name to me and never to group chat. They have a record, not a resume. Confidentiality under pressure, correction without jealousy, wisdom without control. They celebrate small and guard big. They do not demand credit. They do not need proximity to feel powerful. With them, you can share details in real time for protection, timing, and alignment. Their access is earned through fasting, faithfulness, and fruit, not familiarity. If they leak, they leave. If they compete, they are not covering. Circle 2 is support. These are safe encouragers who don't require insider information to stand with you. They rejoice at outcomes, not previews. They receive updates after progress is locked in, after the contract is signed, after the funds clear, after the date is set. They amplify without extracting. They bring peace, not pressure. Questions that strengthen, not surveillance that weakens. They clap when you post fruit and never punish you for privacy. Circle 3 is observers. Inconsistent, competitive, draining. They are intrigued but not invested. Your small wins make them minimize. Your testimonies make them pivot. They collect data, compare, one-up, delay congratulations, or disguise critique as concern. Give them generalities or give them silence. They get the public testimony, not the private timeline. Here is your test of trust. Watch their reaction to small wins. Those who belittle beginnings will sabotage breakthroughs. Those who honor a sprout can steward a harvest. Decide accordingly. Restructure today. Archive threads. Mute noise. Promote the faithful. Reduce the curious. Type it now as your act of agreement. I will restructure access. Type it again with resolve. I will restructure access. As you do, I seal your circles, I quiet the leaks, and I secure your corridor of favor. Listen closely, my beloved child. The enemy's favorite weapon is the talking phase, the fragile span between possibility and proof, before contracts, titles, confirmations, and signatures, when progress still wears paper shoes and words walk unguarded. In this phase, conversation becomes construction or collapse. What is whispered can be weaponized. What is previewed can be prevented. He does not need to close a door if he can compel you to narrate it open to the wrong ears and let them slam it for you. Here is how leaks travel. Group chats you should have archived weeks ago. Casual venting masked as just processing over coffee. Humble bragging disguised as testimony, not to flex, but seeking advice from the unassigned. People without fruit appointing themselves as counsel. Prayer requests that are really data drops, sprinkled with piety so they feel holy while they spread. A quick voice note sent in fatigue. A celebratory post shared too soon. Each becomes a straw in your vein, siphoning momentum. And this is how blocks form. Doubt gets planted in someone you need to trust you. I heard they aren't ready. Your intentions get misquoted. They said they'd replace you. Comparisons get introduced that spook your favor. Have you considered so-and-so instead? A reputational smear slides in quietly. Great ideas, poor follow-through. Worst, someone reaches out to your contact first, reframing you before you arrive. We go way back, let me help you navigate them. Suddenly your credibility must climb a hill you never created. That is not bad luck, that is a leak turned latch, locking what I scheduled. Hear my tenderness in this. Oversharing has been a survival skill, a trauma response from seasons where secrecy felt unsafe and explanations bought you peace. But this hour requires maturity. Do not seek safety in crowdsourcing. Seek covering in Circle 1. Exchange validation for vetting. Replace narration with nurture. Choose canopy over consensus. Your obedience now is measured in quiet. Type it as your seal. I shut the talking phase. Type it again with authority. My seed is sealed. My bridges are guarded. In the next movement, I will place a visible checklist in your hands. Clear signals that sabotage is forming and how to shut it down swiftly and cleanly before a whisper becomes a wall. Listen closely, my beloved child. Here is the checklist I promised. The visible markers of jealousy that reveal an assignment to interfere. This is not paranoia, it is pattern recognition. Jealousy has rhythms. Interference has fingerprints. When you name the print, you disarm the plan. First, they interrogate your timeline. When is it happening? What day? What time? How soon? It sounds like excitement, but they are not seeking to cover you. They are measuring when to disrupt you. Timelines in the wrong ears become tripwires. Guard your dates. Second, they demand names. Who is it? Who introduced you? Which company? Which mentor? This is not celebration. It is comparison and triangulation. They want the who so they can reach the who. Reframe you or research ways to seed doubt. Names in the wrong mouths become knives. Guard your context. Third, they act urgent about your decisions. They push you to move too fast. Call now, post now, don't miss your shot, or too slow. Wait a few months, let them chase you. False urgency or artificial drag are the same weapon. Dislocate timing so your window thins. Guard your pace. Fourth, they offer sudden help that creates dependency. Loop me in, CC me, I'll introduce you, I'll speak for you. Their assistance inserts them as a gatekeeper and reroutes communications through their control. What looks like favor becomes a funnel you do not own. Guard your lane. Fifth, they spiritualize doubt. I'm just discerning a check. God told me to tell you to pause. Be careful. Pride can creep in. Holy sounding language sowing unholy fear. Wise warning protects. Jealous counsel paralyzes. Guard your spirit. Sixth, they celebrate publicly but undermine privately. Hearts and claps in the comments. Questions and critiques in the DMs. They cheer on the timeline and chip away off stage. I'm happy for them, but two faces, one assignment, fracture credibility. Guard your reputation. Seventh, they provoke conflict right before key moments. An old wound reopened. A fresh accusation lobbed. A sudden emergency demanding emotional bandwidth. The goal is exhaustion, so you show up dimmed. Guard your peace. When any two of these appear together, treat it as confirmation of interference, not a coincidence. Tighten access immediately. Move them to observation status. Decline details. Advance the assignment without debate. Type it now as your line in the sand. I recognize the signals. Type it again with authority. I shut down interference. Because now that you can see the pattern, I will hand you the response. Silent, swift, and clean. So you secure the connection without explanations and cross the bridge unbothered. Listen closely, my beloved child. Here is your response plan. Silent, swift, clean, no explanations required. Establish the no argument boundary right now. You do not owe everyone access, context, or justification for your discretion. You are not required to litigate your protection in rooms that have not earned your trust. When interference shows its face, you do not negotiate. You narrow the corridor and proceed. Move in 3 lanes. Practically reduce details to headlines, not blueprints. Delay responses. Create a cooling buffer so surveillance starves. 24 hours where curiosity loses steam and you regain control. Move key conversations off public channels and group threads. Phone to phone or face to face with Circle 1 only. Document everything. Recap emails to confirmed parties, written agreements, calendar holds. Confirmation saved. Nothing for spectators to forward. Confirm meetings quietly. No public countdowns. No wish me luck posts. No tags. Arrive early. Leave quietly. And let outcomes speak. Relationally, limit venting. Pain that is unprocessed becomes information that is unprotected. Stop seeking consensus. Consensus is a committee that will always be late to what I am doing quickly. Stop testing announcements in unsafe rooms. Do not float trial balloons to people who pop them for sport. Replace "what do you think" with "cover me as I move." Shift chatter to prayer. Shift exposure to covering. Spiritually, I now cancel every active assignment against your timing. I revoke the enemy's legal standing to observe, delay, or reframe what I am establishing. I release angels of timing, discretion, and protection to stand at your doors, your inboxes, your calendars, your travel, and your speech. I cloak you in favor's camouflage, visible to those assigned, invisible to those who would interfere. I seal your steps. I sanctify your schedule. Type this now as your decree of resolve. I will not negotiate my protection. Type it again with authority. I will not negotiate my protection. When sabotage appears, you will not debate it. You will tighten access and move forward quietly, and I will meet you in the movement. Listen closely, my beloved child. Because you chose silence over spectacle and boundaries over appeasement, I now show you what breaks open next. When you guard the connection, you do not just protect a meeting, you unlock multi-area breakthrough. I am releasing this in ordered sequence so you can measure my hand and mark your progress. First, the atmosphere shifts. Peace returns to your home and to your mind as unnecessary voices are removed and unclean commentary loses jurisdiction. The hum of anxiety quiets. The edge of restlessness softens into focus. Sleep resets. Your rooms feel lighter. Even your phone carries less static because you pruned access. I am cleansing the air around your name. You will breathe without bracing. Second, your identity stands up in authority. Your voice carries weight. You stop over-explaining. You stop auditioning for approval. Your no becomes holy, and your yes becomes narrow. You speak fewer words, but they land with force. People who once ignored your counsel pause and take notes. I place a mantle of credibility upon you that cannot be counterfeited by charisma. Third, clarity and direction lock in. You receive precise next steps, the sequence, and the speed. I give you names to avoid without apology and doors to ignore without guilt. I alert you to the hour to move and the hour to be still. Confirmations arrive in patterns that require no decoding. It will be unmistakable, like lights turning green down a long avenue. Fourth, I reorder relationships. Some drift without drama, release them. Some are restored, but on new terms and with new trust. And key helpers appear with unusual favor. Helpers you did not chase, who arrive resourced, accurate, and timely. They amplify your assignment without trying to own it. I send them as answers, not attachments. Fifth, provision and legitimacy align. Opportunities that fit your calling, not just your capacity, open. Contracts land with fair terms. Resources clear without begging. Doors open that no manipulation could produce, and no jealousy can close. Your name sits on tables you did not lobby to enter, and your work is invited, not squeezed in. Now, hear me. This is not just about you. As you steward this corridor with holy silence and strict access, I extend new access to your bloodline. The atmosphere you guard becomes their inheritance. The authority you embody becomes their baseline. The clarity, the relationships, the provision, these become the road under the feet of children you have not yet met. Type it now as your seal. I guard access for my house. Type it again with faith. What happens in my life today will echo through generations. It is done. Listen closely, my beloved child. This is bigger than you. I am dealing with bloodlines, not merely a busy week. The patterns that stalked your family, scarcity that starved potential, gifting overlooked and unpaid, opportunities sabotaged by leaks and late timing, I appointed you to end them. You are the hinge. When you guard this connection, you are not only protecting a conversation, you are resetting the family script. Doors that mocked your parents will bow for your children. Rooms that tolerated your name will welcome theirs. What felt like random misfortune was a rhythm. What I am giving you now is a new metronome for generations. Understand how these cycles operate. In prior generations, favor brushed past but could not land because Chatter outran character and access, outpaced covering. Good people, weary people, tried to build without blueprints of discretion. They announced seed and invited scavengers. They trusted proximity as proof of protection. They fought hard, but timing bled out through open mouths and unguarded corridors. Hear me, what they could not access, I am placing in your hands, but it must be stewarded with wisdom. Your silence becomes a vault. Your boundaries become a fence around orchards. Your grandchildren will harvest without warfare at the gate. Now, let me speak tenderly about family. Honor is required, disclosure is not. Love everyone, grant access according to assignment. Some of the closest voices feel entitled to updates, but they are not assigned to cover you in this corridor. Blood is a bond, not a clearance level. If they celebrate after fruit appears, bless them. If they demand details while the bridge is still being fastened, bless them from a distance. You can be loyal without being leaky. You can be kind without being careless. Your no protects their future even when they do not understand it yet. Set your resolve now. You will not leak your children's inheritance to satisfy today's curiosity. You will not trade tomorrow's stability for tonight's applause. You will not rehearse private timelines in public places. You will not let a moment of validation mortgage a generation's momentum. Type it as a seal. My discretion is inheritance. Type it again with authority. I end the pattern in my bloodline. And type this as your identity. I am the gate. I guard the corridor. In the very next breath, we will decree together. I will cancel every lingering assignment against your timing. I will seal the doors I opened, and I will mark your household for protected access. Prepare your heart, still your tongue, unclench your jaw, and ready your agreement. What you guard in silence, we will now secure in declaration. It is time to cancel interference and activate protection over you and all who carry your name. Listen closely, my beloved child. Open your mouth right now. This is not entertainment. This is agreement. Do not sit back and observe. Stand up in your spirit and participate. Heaven is listening for your voice. Within this brief window, repeat after me out loud with authority. I declare that the doors heaven opened to me are legally secured. I cancel every active assignment against my timing, my credibility, and my name. I revoke the enemy's legal standing to monitor, delay, triangulate, or reframe my access. I issue by divine authority a restraining order against every interfering spirit at my destiny doors. I file a cease and desist against gossip, surveillance, and sabotage. I command every counterfeit counsel to be silenced. I seal my connections under holy confidentiality. I place my bridges under angelic watch. I release favors camouflage, visible to the assigned, invisible to the adversarial. I declare my calendar sanctified, my steps ordered, and my outcomes undeniable. Now say this. I seal my mouth and I seal my mind. I receive discipline in speech, discernment in sharing, and peace in my inner world. I break the urge to overtalk and overexplain. I tear up agreements with validation seeking. I enact a divine non-disclosure over tender timelines and unfinalized favor. I submit my tongue to wisdom and my thoughts to peace. I set a watch at my lips and a guard at my gates. I declare that my communications are clean, my documentation is clear, and my boundaries are enforced without apology. Hear me, by your decree, I stamp the order. Case dismissed with prejudice, records expunged, unauthorized access revoked. Angels of timing, protection, and discretion are now dispatched to your inboxes, calendars, travel, meetings, and speech. Expect a lift in your chest, a clearing in your mind, and a new seriousness resting on your voice. That is the seal. Type it now as your act of agreement. It is done. It is sealed. It is activated. Type it again with boldness. It is done. It is sealed. It is activated. In Jesus' mighty name, Amen. It is finished. It is sealed. It is activated. Listen closely, my beloved child. The next 24 hours are not for noise. They are for quiet, disciplined obedience. Here is how you will move. Simply, precisely, without fanfare. First, stop announcing. No previews, no countdowns. No "pray for me at noon" hints. Seal the talking phase. Second, confirm logistics. Re-verify dates, times, links, addresses, routes, parking, building access, and contacts. Set 2 alarms. Prepare a backup route. Print confirmations. Save them offline. Arrive early. Depart quietly. Third, prepare your documents and portfolio. One clean one-sheet that states who you are, what you solve, and a brief proof of fruit. Curate only what serves this specific door. Name the file clearly. Have a digital copy and a hard copy. Fourth, practice your introduction. 30 seconds, calm and clear. Assignment, value, and next step. Rehearse softly. Your voice will carry new weight. Let it be concise. Fifth, rest your body. Hydrate. Eat for focus. Power down early. Lay out what you will wear. Set travel time with margin. Your temple is an instrument. Tune it. Sixth, keep your spirit clean. Worship in a whisper. Refuse gossip. Repent for overtalking. Forgive provocations immediately. No venting tonight. No subtweeting. No fishing for reassurance. Guard your peace like a passport. Audit who you have told and close the door. Make a list, then tighten circles. Move observers to silence, supporters to delayed updates, covering to real-time prayer only. Archive leaky threads. Mute talky rooms. A simple message is sufficient. I'm keeping this close for now. No more updates until fruit. Hear me. Obedience is speed. Do not delay what I scheduled. Do not miss the grace window by overthinking. Execute the checklist within this day. Type it now as agreement. I move quietly. I secure the window. Type it again. Obedience is my speed. As your mission, share this word within the next hour to cover others who are leaking destiny. Like, comment, and subscribe as acts of agreement. These are not mere clicks. They are public seals. And for those I nudge, partner with a seed. No pressure, only obedience. This is kingdom economics. Attach sealed access to your gift and expect multiplication in alignment, not just amount. It is done. Move now. Silent, swift, and clean.